and I just kept following. And then I remember I interviewed you. And before I interviewed you, I told myself, that's gonna be the day that I tell him I want to be a part of the Grind Tribe.
Right.
And that's how it happened. And and I am always going to incorporate physical activity for my well-being, because I learned from the Grind Tribe, as well as my own journey, how imperative it is to constantly um, align with movement so you can tap into your best self in terms of your emotions, spirituality, in terms of the relationships and business.
Right.
That physical activity it plays a major role in that.
Major
So,
facts, bro. I
and
hear that, man.
one more thing is the holistic approach that the Grind Tribe has. That's what really gravitated me towards it, because it wasn't just working out. It's a whole regimen that's a part of it, in terms of nutrition, in terms of how you're approaching meditation or any forms of being present, mindfulness. So that's what got me for sure.
Love it, bro. Love
Yeah.
it, man. And so coming into here, man, like what were some of the challenges that you were dealing with the results that you were looking for?
Yeah. So I wasn't organized. Like, from when I first started to where I'm at now is totally different in terms of how I approach every aspect of my life. But a part of the challenge was sticking to what we spoke about, because there were many aspects in terms of, all right, what are your macros? Are you paying attention to that? And also, are you being consistent with your workouts?
Hmm.
So I was letting a lot of the things that were affecting me in my relationship affect my workouts. So
Hmm.
then it wasn't as consistent in the beginning. Plus, I told myself that a long time ago, my body is more active in different seasons. I conditioned my mind that way. So in the winter, I just wasn't moving and had the desire to work out as much
Hmm.
as I do in the summer and spring, for
Yeah.
sure. So that was the challenge, and I just had to get to a point where I had dialogue with you, and then I have to make a decision for myself. What do you want for yourself?
Right.
Especially it's an investment. So once I understood that more vividly, I was able to lock in more, and it wasn't easy, just fighting through the adversity more and trying to be consistent,
Hmm.
for sure.
Nah, I love it, bro. You said two important things, man. First thing was that you were conditioned to look at movement in regards to seasons, right? And that's interesting because there are the pros and the cons of being a post athlete, right? And a lot of guys that are, post college athletes think that, I'm just gonna be able to get it together because I'm used to working out in college, but then they don't realize that once you get out, there's that stress. You don't have a coach, right? And also, again, going back to that on season, off season thing, it hits you way different when you are starting a business, building a family, man. And the other important aspect of it, man, which was understanding structure. So now that we came inside this program, right, we put you through our mind, body, spirit regimen. Where are you right now? Like, how do you look as compared to when you first started? How do you feel, man? And what is your biggest takeaway from being in this program?
Yeah. So I look good. My goal was to lean out, and I'm definitely more lean for sure. Like, I'm toned, and my partner, other people, they see it more,
Right.
and I got to a point where my strength has increased dramatically. And what was the other question?
What was the one biggest takeaway that you felt you got from being in this program so far?
Oh, that once you once you commit to something, you definitely should follow through with it. Because there's times where I was like, yo, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it at all. I got this, that, and the third happening and stuff. And then when we do the mastermind sessions, we go through all of those different um,
Mhm.
roadblocks,
Right.
and and within those roadblocks, you really were able to break it down, saying, okay, you're you're feeling that resistance because you're not attending to this, you're not attending to that,
Right.
or you are bringing baggage from somewhere else to this realm, and you need to create that fine line. So understanding, like, it was more mental for me, because I've always worked hard, but being consistent and getting to a point where I want to do it, even when I don't want to do it, if it makes sense.
Right.
That
Right.
that that was something that I majorly gained. And plus,
Mhm.
I don't like I have this, well, it comes from trauma. I don't like to let people down.
Mm.
So that comes all the way back from me being let down by my pops all the time growing up and stuff. So I told my mom, I'm not gonna let you down.
Mhm.
So a punishment to me if I did something wrong would be psychology.
Right.
So I applied that principle with the grind tribe. There was a point where I may have worked out once in the week, and then that next week I probably did twice. And then you hit me up like, yo, what are you doing? Like, yo, what do
Right.
you want? Like, you
Yeah.
want this or not? And
Mhm.
that shit hurt me, because that's not how I want to show up for myself. That just goes to show where I was
Right.
at psychologically,
Mhm.
because it's not a matter of not liking it. I love working out. I love physical activity. I love basketball. So once you sent that message, I was like, yo, you gotta give me challenges. Like,
Mhm.
let's start there. And then I was like, all right, give me a challenge for the week. And
Right.
then
Right.
I used that as motivation. I bet I gotta work out this many times, I'm gonna do it, light work.
Mhm.
And then we kept doing that to a point we didn't have to do it anymore.
Right.
For sure.
100%. And
Yeah.
so you touched on some really important things there, right? Because I think a lot of guys that watch this, you're building a business, bro. You've got a family, right? You got a lot of things going on. And the thing that I find most common in a lot of guys that are struggling to get tap back in with this level of consistency with their fitness, with their body, with their mind is they allow their fitness and their consistency to be at the mercy of the things that they don't have control of, right? And then what happens is they end up getting inconsistent. And one of the things that we often don't understand is how things from other parts of our life show up in different areas. And so being opened up to that, man, right? Being opened up to how we go through those frameworks of how to elevate your capacity and your consciousness throughout the day, right? To and how your consistency with your fitness and your body and your mind play into how you show up, with your business, man. Building what you're building right now, being a family man, my first question to you is how has this impacted the way that you show up in your business and your professional life?
Oh, dramatically, because this is foundational. People don't understand that this is what you this gives you the fuel that you need to optimize in those different realms.
Right.
Hands down,
Hmm.
hands down. So I wouldn't be able to read a whole lease if I didn't get a meditation in, or if I didn't get a workout in, or the
Right.
combination of both. Like, that's something that you start your day with, depending on the type of person you are. I
Hmm.
wouldn't be able to not be triggered by what others are saying, or someone trying to manipulate me because I am a beginner, or if I'm just starting off as an entrepreneur in terms of starting a business.
Right.
So not being triggered by those manipulative motives and tactics and stuff like that. If I
Hmm.
didn't meditate or work out, then it'll be a totally different response. How I show up throughout the day is contingent upon working out and doing my meditation. So
Right,
it's
right,
extremely foundational. No matter what the no matter what type of business you are in, what is
right.
foundational is working out, well,
Mm-hmm.
physical activity,
Yep.
because some people have a negative connotation towards the words working out or
Right.
working out, and some form of mindfulness. So it
Mm-hmm.
don't even have to be meditation. It could be mindful writing. It could be going outside, exploring nature. It can be coloring. It could be
Yep.
listening to affirmations, whatever it may be. You start off with that. It's giving you that fuel that you need.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to utilize your grit like we spoke about in the mastermind
Right.
through and
Right.
later on in the day, for sure.
Yeah. Nah, 100%, man. And just understanding that, man, like, you know, we also understand that a lot of times, as men, we don't see that most of our business comes from personal problems, right? And personal problems are always in the aspect of your health, right? Your finances or your relationships. And you said something really interesting in the beginning of this interview, where it's like when you had when your relationship was in high tension, that affected your level of fitness, right? But your relationship being in high tension in a way that you go about handling those situations already depends on where your mind is at, and where your mind is at depends on how you're feeling and where you're at, sort of consciously or meditatively speaking for the day, man. Tell me about that a little bit more. And you don't have to go into full depth, but tell me about
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
emotional sort of intelligence, and the level of mindfulness that you can now bring to multiple different areas of your life with what you've learned here.
Yeah, absolutely. So now I'm able to assess, all right, where is this emotion coming from? So I see I'm being triggered by something. Where is it coming from? So then deciding, okay, is it something that my ego is not liking, where I'm being defensive
Yep.
about something, or
Hmm.
there's a lack of communication
Hmm.
somewhere. And
Hmm.
as I assess that information, I now am entitled to a decision. Either I'm going to respond in a positive way or a negative way. So most of my, I'll give you some water. Most of my decisions are conscious decisions now. And
Right.
we went over like people navigating this unconscious realm. So
Hmm.
the more conscious I am, and that's a part of what we learn in the grind tribe in terms of when you're doing the workout, consciously doing the actual exercise instead of
Yep.
just going through the motions, putting emphasis on the exact muscle that's required to optimize in that workout is applicable to exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm able to go through that assessment, and it affects my emotional intelligence dramatically,
Hmm.
and that can apply to anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll leave it at that for sure.
Yeah, nah, I love it, bro. I love it, man. I appreciate you for sharing that level of context, man. As you guys can see, man, inside of the grind tribe, you're not able to just hit your body goals, but you're able to go through that true high level mind, body, spirit transformation, man. But before you go, bro, I have two last questions to you, man. The first thing is first is this tribe is not for everybody, right? And I want, this tribe is for a man like you. And so I want you to state, man, what do you value as a black man?
I value my legacy, and that when I say that, it's my family. I'm a father of four, and I have to show up for them through my actions, through my mindset, how I navigate through the world. Nobody did that for me. My mother did the best she could but she wasn't a male. It was so much stuff that she could not understand.
Yeah.
Not even the sport aspect of it.
Yep.
So I am creating a legacy for myself and my family. Within the legacy is integrity.
Mm.
My integrity is at the top of the totem pole.
Mm.
If I say I'm going to follow through with something, I do so.
Yeah.
If I say or commit to myself that I'm going to be this type of person, I do that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as being a black male living in America, James Baldwin said, being a conscious black male is like being in a state of rage at all times.
All
I,
times.
yeah, at all times. So
Right.
with that information and all of the research that I've done and books that I've read, I can't live in that realm of rage.
Mm.
So I need to learn from the greats, learn from our past, and then figure out new strategies on how I'm going to navigate in this world. Because
Mm-hmm.
my why is to help other people strive for what they want in life. That's why
Yes,
every
sir.
single thing that I do is motivational, helping other people.
Yeah.
That gives me my fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So me showing up for someone else is me showing up for me.
Yep.
That's what I stand for. And unfortunately, historically, our people have the mantra of I'm gonna get mine. And that's what hold us back. That's what keep us in that realm of crabs in the barrel trying to get out, but pulling each other down. If we change how we think and come together, help one another, collab, grow with each other, we can get back to what our ancestors experienced, not the
Yep.
slave component in America, our
Mm-hmm.
ancestors that flourished in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So I think about all of these concepts, and that's what I stand for. That's what I stand for. I'm
Love it,
doing
bro.
this for my family and for our people.
Purpose driven man.
Yeah,
Love to
man.
see it, man. Love to see it. Love, bro. Listen, love to see it, man. I appreciate you for being here, man. Seeing your constant growth, man. Last thing, bro. For anybody that's watching this right now, if they're on the fence about coming into this community, why? What would you say they should do if they're on the fence right now?
They should get in contact with you. Take that leap of faith and just have a conversation. Can you hear me? You can hear
I
me?
can I can hear you, but you're
Because you were
frozen.
frozen for a bit, Eli.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? Disconnection today, man. Can you hear me, brother?
Connection is crazy.
Hold on, let me see.
All right, you look up. You're not. Oh, look, see. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the bandwidth. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on. I turned your video off so that we can reset the Wi-Fi. Hold on. Try to put your video back on now.
You have to give me the permission to. It says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Okay. What about now? Damn, man, this
Okay.
Zoom Wi-Fi is cramping my
So
style right now, man. We trying to tap in, and
yeah,
they not
yeah,
trying to let
it's
us
so
be great
good.
out here,
It's
bro. But yeah, so let me
but
restate that
listen,
last question though, man.
listen.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. But what I was gonna say, this right here is the epitome of what you go through when you're in the realm of business or just life in general.
Mm,
Unexpected things are gonna come up. It's how you're going to persevere against it, well, through it. That's the main thing. That's how you get to a level of success that you dictate. You
Love it.
constantly facing these different obstacles.
Absolutely,
The
bro.
response determines where you'll be in life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%, man. Man,
So
great context, bro. Love
yeah,
the love the the remix on that, right? And so that's what we
yeah,
do here, right? Because it's all about being able to choose how we respond to the shit that gets thrown at us that we have no control over, right? And that's one of the major principles here in the
absolutely.
grind tribe, man. And so lastly, bro, man, I know you kind of started breaking up before, but man, anybody's on the fence about this program, man, why should they join?
You said why should they join?
Why should they join?
Oh, why this is transformational, hands down. Hands down. No matter where you are in life, the grind tribe can help you get to the point that you want to get to. It's individualized.
Yeah,
It's not okay, you're gonna go through this specific regimen, that's it. No, it's individualized. There's calls. You could reach out. There's a direct message. All of these different aspects. The workouts are tailored to you
yeah,
because you have to do the work. You have to put in your micros. You have to put in your weight. You have to talk about your goals. A part of the requirement for the Mondays, you got to put in a series of information like where you struggling, what's something that you wanted to talk about, stuff like that, so it can be tailored to you. And
hmm,
then having those mastermind sessions, bringing in all of these different people to give amazing content. So if you are on the fence, take that leap of faith and just reach out and have a conversation with him or whoever
yeah.
is in representation of the grind tribe. If you can't do that, then that's the program is not for you
Mm.
at all whatsoever. Take the leap of faith and reach out,
Yeah,
make it
take the
happen.
leap. Yes, sir. My man, I appreciate it. You guys heard it yourself, man. Take that leap of faith, right? I think that there comes this uncomfortable decision when we realize that we have to take a leap to get to the next version of ourselves, and we can decide whether we want to stay trapped in a space of comfortability and mediocrity in our life, or whether we want to take that leap, man. And so you guys heard it from the man himself, man. Yo, great. I appreciate you coming on, sharing your experience with those who are watching, bro. It is always an amazing thing to continue to see you grow physically, mentally, and spiritually, man. And we're gonna keep on making this thing happen, my brother.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that suit. That's another.
They don't find that out until after they join, man.
All
All
right.
right, but they'll find out though. Once they make that investment, they'll figure out how valuable this program
Absolutely.
tangibly really is, man. Real talk.
Absolutely, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right,
Cool,
one love.
cool.